Okay, so we're working on this deck over here, and we want to clad this cement slab. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to put the screws through the face of the deck boards. And Trex and Fiberon only make 1/4-inch plugs, or that's all I ever found was 1/4-inch plugs for their deck system. They're a little bit expensive. They're about 120 or more per the box of 220 pieces. So it ends up being a lot cheaper to just buy this drill press for 80 bucks from Harbor Freight. I went ahead and got the drill bits also from Harbor Freight. This is not a Harbor Freight commercial, but I'm just saying they work pretty good. And I'm using the 3/8. I believe this is the 3/8. Yeah, the 3/8 dowel maker, or the 3/8 plug maker. And I'm just drilling holes through the deck board so that they would match the exact same color as the holes I'm gonna drill for the tapcons. So this guy seems to be working really well. I'm gonna go ahead and just turn this guy on. Yep, there's our little plug. This guy works great. And I'm gonna drill the holes with the drill bit I already put on the side. Same size as the plug. So when I face drill these boards, I plug the holes and it'll be invisible. It's gonna look great. We've already plugged all of the holes on this board. It's really tough to see them, but there you go. Here's one right there. So using the same board to make the plugs really makes this deck finish look really nice. So I'll go ahead and make a video when we're done with this deck. All right, so I'm getting ready to lock down this picture frame for this concrete stoop that I'm gonna put some Fiberon board on top. So I already showed in the other video how I'm making the plugs. I got myself a little Harbor Freight tool here. I put on the 3/8 bit. I was able to drill out a bunch of plugs using the same decking boards that I'm installing. Here are the plugs that I have right here. So the way I'm going to do this is I already set my picture frame where I have the same overlap, or the same reveal all the way around at 1 inch. So it's 1 inch all the way around, overhanging the concrete stoop, because I'm going to face board it as well. But anyways, so I already put in a couple plugs over here. The plugs came out all right. So the way we're going to do this is I got my hammer drill here, and I'm going to set it to just drill first. I'm going to go through my composite board into the concrete. Once I'm through, then I'm going to switch it over to hammer drill. I'm going to clean off my bit from the composite. Okay. Then I'm going to go all the way in. Okay. Let's go off dust. Then I already have my, this is a Ryobi 3/8 countersink bit already on the drill. So it's got the pilot and the 3/8 countersink already on it. I'm gonna take it as far as it'll go. There you go. Don't need much more than that. Actually, a little bit more. I'm gonna take it to right to where the base stops me. If you can see here on the countersink, there's it's a little bit larger. Right about here, that's where I'm gonna stop. And that gives me a good depth on the hole to install my Tapcon. So these are the 2 1/4 inch Tapcon screws. I started out with the 2 3/4, but I kept breaking the heads off because they were too long to go into the concrete. So then I changed over to the Tapcon 1 3/4, and then those grab perfectly without accidentally breaking. Don't want to over tighten them because you will break the head off of that screw. Once I got that in there, I get my plug, which is right here. There's the plug that I made earlier. I'll grab my pair of dikes. I'll set the phone down here for a sec. And then I'm going to get my dikes. I'm going to cut off what I think I need. Not too big of a plug, just enough to get it to seat. Cut the plug, and then what you want to do is you want to align the plug in the same orientation of the grain as best you can. And you give it a little hammer. So I'm going to put the phone down so I can hammer it in place. All right, so when I cut the first one, I cut it too thick. I should have made it a little bit more shallow. Mistakes happen, but easy to take out. I did a quick little hole on the top of the plug. I grabbed the screw. I used my finger to screw into the plug, and then I was able to pull the plug out. Now I'm going to cut another one that I have here. I'm going to make it a lot thinner, probably about there, and just smack it down the same way. This should do it. Remember to orient the plug in the same direction as the rest of the grain. Clean it off with your fingernail. Don't use anything sharp because you'll gouge it. There you go. There's my plug. Right there. In all, we used about 250 to 300 plugs of each color, and the plugs all worked perfectly.